Imagine spending 3 years grinding your life away, reaching level 99, and maximizing every single stat. You finally reach the end of the game, expecting a dragon or a demon king. But instead, you find a shirtless guy standing there who looks at your maxed out stats, calls them pathetic numbers, and then literally breaks the game system with a single punch. The man was called "To Hell with the Status Window." Our story begins with the system completely freaking out. Red error boxes are popping up everywhere, screaming that data recovery has failed and the system is shutting down. In the middle of this chaos stands a man named Kim Yuda. He looks absolutely devastated, tears streaming down his face as he screams that this is literally impossible. But the man standing across from him, a towering figure with long dark hair, just looks down with cold indifference. He tells Yuda that true strength isn't something you can measure with numbers. He calls the entire system a tedious numbers game and declares that it ends right here. To understand how this disaster happened, we have to go back a bit. Just moments ago, Yuda was on top of the world. He was facing off against the Inferno Balrog, the boss of the 998th floor. The dragon unleashes a massive wave of fire, but Yuda doesn't even flinch. He activates his skill, Climber's Strategy, instantly analyzing the attack and boosting his fire resistance by 150%. He charges through the flames without a scratch, summoning the Holy Sword, Heavenly Judgment. With one clean, overpowering strike, he slices the massive dragon in half. The system announces the quest is complete. Yuda lets out a sigh of relief. He's been stuck in this tower for 3 years, and now only the final floor remains. He turns to his little fairy companion and smiles, saying they can finally clear this place and go back to their families. But as he approaches the final gate, a strange feeling washes over him. He feels uneasy. He tries to shake it off, telling himself to get a grip. He's the strongest. There is no monster left in this tower that can surpass his stats. He is going home. He pushes the doors open, ready for the final battle. But the being waiting for him isn't a monster. It's just a human. A shirtless man with long, wild hair, standing in the middle of the room like he owns the place. The man looks at Yuda and simply asks, "Who are you lot?" Yuda is confused. Is this a spirit? A gorilla? Why is there just an old man here? But then he realizes this guy is the final boss, and if he can talk, that means he has intelligence. Yuda decides not to take any chances. He draws his blade and lunges forward with incredible speed. He's going to end this in one shot, but then the impossible happens. The man catches Yuda's holy sword with his bare hand. Yuda's eyes nearly pop out of his head. He caught an ultimate move with just his grip. Yuda frantically uses his Climber's Strategy to analyze the enemy's weakness. The system calculates a success rate of 87%. He pushes the sword forward, the system guiding his strike to the perfect spot. But suddenly, the man's grip tightens. He says, "Enough." And just like that, the system crashes. A critical error occurs. The success probability drops from 87% down to 0.43%. Yuda is terrified. This has never happened before. Dark, ominous energy begins to rise from the man's body, taking the shape of a terrifying demon. He looks at Yuda and says there's no need to be frightened, because he doesn't cross blades with those who aren't worth fighting. Yuda is insulted. Not worth fighting? The man explains that relying on the system is a waste of energy. He asks Yuda what the true nature of this place is. Yuda smirks. He thinks he's figured it out. His skills aren't working because this stage is a raw test of strength. Yuda decides to stop holding back. He activates his unique skill, the Chosen Hero. Golden lightning erupts around him as he maximizes every single stat. His level hits 99, and his strength, agility, and intelligence all hit the limit of 999. He shouts for the boss to take a good look at the absolute limit of power. But the man just stares at the blue status window floating in the air. He reads the numbers. 999. And then his expression changes to pure disgust. He asks Yuda if he really dares to talk about strength using such pathetic numbers. The man clenches his fist, declaring that obsessing over blue windows is disgusting. He readies up a punch, promising to fix Yuda's rotten mindset from the ground up. He strikes. The impact is so devastating that it shatters Yuda's armor instantly. We are witnessing a clash of ideologies. The max-level hero versus the Fist King, Asura. Asura's punch is so heavy it doesn't just hurt Yuda, it literally breaks the game interface. The system screams that it has sustained severe damage. Yuda is sent flying, screaming in confusion as his reality crumbles. So, who is this monster? To find out, we have to look into the past. In an era of great war, in the Murim territory, the law of the land was simple: only the strong survive. There was a man who stood at the absolute peak of martial power. His name was Asura. One day, he stood alone on a battlefield against an enemy general who had an army of 100,000 soldiers. The general laughed, asking what one man could possibly do. Asura didn't even flinch. He called the army disgusting numbers. When the general insulted him, Asura didn't use a sword or a spell. He just walked forward. With nothing but his bare hands, he tore through the battlefield. He sent soldiers flying like ragdolls. His martial prowess was so overwhelming that he destroyed everything in his path. Even the so-called masters of the era fell one by one before him. He unified the entire world through sheer violence alone, earning the title of the Fist King. But even a god of war has a weakness. After unifying the world, his trusted advisor, a woman named Mowol, led him to a secluded cave. She claimed she had a secret manual for him. But as he stepped onto the platform, chains shot out from the ground, binding his limbs. It was a trap. Mowol reveals that she's taking over the kingdom. She tells him that no matter how strong he is powerless before the infinite abyss seal. She mocks him, telling him to surrender. Asura's eyes glow red. He reminds her that he is the mandate of heaven itself. He is destruction. He flexes his muscles, and the entire cave begins to shake. The chains strain against his incredible strength. Mowol panics, screaming for her subordinates to activate the barrier immediately. Red energy explodes from Asura's body. He fights against the seal with everything he has, but the magic is too strong. The blood-red energy consumes him, dragging him down into the darkness. He screams in rage as he is swallowed by the abyss. Mowol and her traitors celebrate. They declare her the new queen of the Asura kingdom. The life of the Fist King, the man who ruled the world, seemed to come to a hollow, tragic end. But in that darkness, something appeared. A blue window popped up in front of Asura. You have been summoned as a player. Would you like to join? Asura, still enraged, sees this strange box asking him to press a button. He doesn't read it. He doesn't accept it. He does the only thing he knows how to do. He pulls back his fist and punches the system window with world-shattering force. Back in the tower, Yuda feels the atmosphere shift. Something is wrong. A window flashes open. His stats vanish. He is back to level 1.
That's it for this chapter. I'll be covering each new chapter as it releases. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.